Continuing with the Chronos Chronicle series, we have among us Suneet Nayak, Manthan Shah, Anish Gandhi, and Rohan Shetty. So, guys, before we begin with the podcast, could you all give us a brief introduction about yourselves along with your respective roles in Chronos?
So my name is Rohan Shetty, mechanical engineer from DJ Sanvi, batch of 2017. I was the manufacturing head during 15-16, right? Chronos 15-16 batch, I was the manufacturing head. And later, after engineering, I started working in a company called President Johnson Limited in the role of plant operations. And after which I took a break. Now, currently, I'm pursuing MBA from IIM Trichy.
Hi, my name is Manthan Shah. I completed my mechanical engineering in the year 2017. After that, I pursued my master's in mechanical engineering from North Carolina State University, and I'm currently working as a design engineer at Technocraft Industries.
Hi, I'm Anish Gandhi. In the Chronos year 2015-16, I was the marketing head. I think there was no vice captain that year, so I was also taking care of all the administrative responsibilities for that year as well. Currently, I'm actually involved in my family business, which is into the parts, services, and repairs of power generation equipment like steam turbines, gas turbines.
Hi everyone, I'm Suneet Naik. I was appointed as the captain during the 15-16 season, and what can I say? I am currently doing a job in design, mechanical design at Akar Power Gas.
Okay, thank you all for your introduction. So let's start with the questions for the podcast. So the first question was, after the unfortunate events that took place with the blue and yellow car, what was the mindset of the team while entering the new season as seniors? And how did you plan on accomplishing your targets for the season?
The entire blue and yellow car had a lot of effort going into it, and there was so much time, effort, and everything invested in it, and we were really having high hopes from the car, high hopes from our season, and also we were really looking forward to get a good start to the entire Chronos journey, as this was a hope for everyone. And after doing so much, when we saw the car not performing like we expected or not giving the results that we expected, it was a really low time for everyone. The entire motivation of the team was down. All the hopes and dreams shattered for that year. And just picking up from there, it was pretty difficult. But the thing that helped us do that is a very positive attitude shown by each and every member of the team. And everyone wanted to improve on what we already had instead of rebuilding everything. So I think that helped us just getting back from the event site and starting to work on the next car right from the next day itself. I don't think we even took a day's gap between the competition and our start for the next year. So going forward, we had one goal, and that was to get the car on the event side, get the car into the endurance starting grid, and get the car to participate in the endurance.
And apart from this, one thing that we all kept in mind was we want to stick to the basics. Nothing fancy, like Sunit said, get the car onto the endurance track, ensure that everything that we plan, we just meet that. And while doing all of this, we also wanted to make sure that we enjoyed the journey, because the blue and car yellow obviously was a stressful time as well. And even this year was, no doubt about it. But we kind of managed or figured out our way to keep it light and serious at the same time. Like, people knew their responsibilities without the four of us ever having to tell them, because there was a sense of ownership amongst everyone. And I think that came from the good teamwork that we had. And that's what we were also looking at. Like, we were not looking to create hierarchy, we were looking to break that hierarchy.
I think the mindset with which all four of you led the team was, I think, what all of us right now also need with our batch. So talking about basically the car you guys were building. So with regards to the fat lady, weight reduction was supposed to be the main goal. So when you guys were designing the car for your batch, what was the main objective that you were focusing on?
I think in our year specifically, since we had been through 3 years of experience, and the major drawback in those 3 years, the thing that disappointed us was that we were not able to perform well in the competition. In fact, like we didn't even made it through endurance most of the time. So that disappointment made us keep a very simple objective in our year, that we want to make a car that can run. Keeping objective as simple as that. It's not that we came up with it consciously. It was something that came up collectively as a team. Everyone knew that this is the main goal that we have to work towards, and everything like started falling into place.
One other thing was, if you look at it from the practical side, there was a lot of time being invested. There was a lot of money being invested, not just from our personal side, but also from the college's side. So we also had to make sure that we gave, we did justice to that. We were kind of entering into the critical year for our engineering. So we could not afford one more wasted effort on our personal front and for the team and for also the juniors. So we also had to keep that in mind, that whatever we did, the end goal was to, like Rohan said, get the car running and actually achieve what the competition means, and not just turn up.
Whenever we used to sit for designing, it was not just one department sitting together. It was like the whole team was sitting together in the same room, and the discussions used to happen organically. It was not that we used to have any formal meetings for it. So that was also one thing that like helped us to keep it simple as possible.
So in the previous podcast, Vishal also had mentioned that you wanted to test your vehicle much more so that it actually becomes competition ready. With respect to testing your vehicle, how did you plan your manufacturing around the testing phase?
So earlier, what the team had already experienced is we used to have a lot of surprises coming up right at the dynamic events at the event itself. So we wanted to have all the problems identified, and so at least get a solution to them when the car is in the workshop or at the testing grounds, instead of just finding them during a dynamic event. I guess we were planning to have it ready at least 1 month before the video submission, so that we can have some sort of testing time. So that is why we also started off the designing phase, and we decided that let's just get done with it as soon as possible and not do anything fancy which will take up a lot of time, or let's not do something that we don't know.
And testing was the only way through which we could validate our design, because if the car isn't working, there was no way we can have a feedback loop for the design process itself. So I guess testing was the most important factor.
We focused on reducing the lead time between the order to delivery, and I think that really helped us well. And we had a huge support of the faculty and our principal sir and HOD sir, everybody who helped us to identify places like and bottlenecks which might delay our schedule and make us repeat the same schedule which we had been following.
So guys, the experience that we've heard so far, it has been a little disheartening with regards to your competition experiences. So going into your year and the competitions that you had in your year, what was your mindset and how did you deal with it optimistically?
The mindset
Again-
actually came from the common goal. So everyone was on the same page as to what we need to do as a team, and I think that really helped us to not have that demotivated days where you don't know why you are doing this, or why even you need to put in the effort when in the end it will just fall down right in front of your eyes. None of the people in the entire team had even thought of giving up or letting it go. Everyone was pretty motivated to let's do something different and let's come up with something different. Let's come up with a success story finally.
More importantly, specifically in our batch, people were more into enjoying themselves while working. It was never about winning or like specifically about performing well in the company. It was more of getting an experience through this. Like we never had to take any efforts to call people to workshop or anywhere else. In fact, like there were instances where we had to put on a message in the group asking, "Don't come to workshop. We don't have work today." Still, people will turn up in the workshop,
And the main aim was to get the basics right. Like we weren't we weren't expecting any surprises when it came to design. So we made sure that we hit the nail on its head.
Do you have any specific memories about your time in the workshop?
I guess even competition, in fact, like we also had some great fun in the competition, but still people will choose those workshop days than anything else because this was our workshop space. I guess this is not visible clearly in the picture though, but this was like proper pitch for any game that we can play. So we in fact invented games here. So we used to take turns while people are working on the car, like two, three people will work on the car, and the rest of the whole team will play here and take turns to, okay, we'll play cricket now. So two teams will play. The team which loses will start working on the car, and the rest will, the rest can start playing in the
Yeah,
conversation.
it was a great time. Like none of us was actually exhausted by the effort that we were putting in or the work that we were doing.
And you could, always hear laughter from the workshop. That was, I think, what kept us energized to go on like days on end, just without proper food, without proper sleep. Everyone was
And I
just
think
coming and cracking jokes and
still working.
yes.
And the other thing was the previous year, the workshop was in Vasai and not that also not very close to the station. So just reaching there was a task versus this being in Goregaon made accessibility, the amount of time spent to and fro, everything so much easier and better that actually that was also one big motivation, right? I mean, someone who had a personal commitment could finish that and still come to the workshop and give like 4 or 5 hours before they caught like the last train to go back home. And because of that, everyone managed their personal life and the workshop life together. And there was no pressure from either side to ensure something is pending.
And work at workshop never felt like a work. Even now, when we talk about those workshop days, we say like we never realized that we made a car. In fact, we felt like we made a car while playing some sports at that
Yeah.
place.
Even when the workshop was in Vasai, earlier what used to happen is there used to be a list put out who will be turning up at the workshop that day. Once the manufacturing of the blue and yellow cars started, after 2 or 3 weeks, I still remember uh, people had to add a footnote to that list saying that जिसका नाम है list में सिर्फ वही आएंगे, because irrespective of your name being there or not, everyone used to just show up at the workshop at their convenient time. So that's the kind of motivation we were carrying in our year.
So after your car was made, the competition that you entered. So can you walk us through how your experience with regards to the competitions were like?
So I mean, before we went into that competition mode, we had to compete with ourselves, like testing wise and all. So we made sure like we did enough of testing, enough of failures happen before we go to the competition side. Bathtub curve is achieved where you have consistency. That's when you can go. You're ready for the competition. So we made sure that for competition the car was ready for to be there in the endurance range and can sustain those loads. So with that attitude, we started our competition journey. Just to mention few points about testing, like we didn't have much facility for testing also. So we used to test it in the workshop. This is one of the picture that we had taken in the workshop. So made up track, I guess it was just 100-meter track, circular track where Shanbog was taking rounds and rounds again and again. Uh, some random track we came up with some scraps that we pulled off from the workshop itself and made a track out of it. So this was first testing ground that we had.
And going into the competition, we knew we had a working car. So but we didn't have any numbers regarding the performance of the car. So we weren't expecting anything out of the competition, but we knew we could participate in the events that were there. So in that sense, we were quite happy about our effort before going into the competition. But then still problems did come up. But the initiative within the team, within every member was good enough to get us through the competition like quite successfully.
And this the point I made about ownership, right? Whenever a problem came, like everyone just knew that they had to do their stuff and everyone was on it. Like there was no need to gather, figure out what the solution is and assign work. It was people knew the problem, everyone would give the suggestion and off we were. And we had similar problems on the competition site also. And I remember, I mean, it was at Budh International Circuit, which is quite far from the city. And even then, someone, went 2 hours towards the city to find what we needed. Me and a couple of people went into a nearby village. We just ran out saying, okay, we need to figure this out. And everyone used their brain and did it. So all of that came from that sense of ownership and the teamwork and the attitude we had towards each other.
So guys, to sum it up, how was your Baja experience as a part of Chronos and participating in the races? And what were your key takeaways from it?
It is really difficult to put it in words. The Baja experience is it totally drained us. I don't think we had any off days. I don't remember anyone taking, just a weekend off. We were together for 7 days a week, every day being together for close to 8 to 10 hours at least. So I think Baja really gave us, the importance of teamwork and a self-confidence as to, no matter what life throws at us, we will be able to take it and in the end just do something good about it.
I think it definitely changed a lot of us because irrespective of how much planning we did, every now and then we had to wing it in the sense that something unexpected came up, and how much we planned for it, the opposite happened. And that kind of just made us, more gutsy that dekh lenge, we know we are capable of figuring this out. So that way it was quite important in, I can't talk about the other three, but at least for, helping me build confidence on about myself and about my capabilities. And I think it gave a lot of perspective and, it kind of gave us a defined path in our engineering, 4 years of engineering. Yeah, I mean, theoretical knowledge is there. You get that from college, but this kind of taught us a lot more than what college would have ever taught us or the books would have ever taught us.
And actually, I personally came in for technical knowledge, but when I went through the experience, I guess I was like the experience itself shaped me in a lot of ways. Like it altered my character in a lot of ways for the better.
The highlight was those small instances where we were tested to how do we deal with tough situations. Like there were instances where we had one major breakdown, major accident that our car faced during the testing, which was just 5 days before dispatching our car for the competition.
BSI, yes.
BSI. And we had this major accident in the RA colony while testing the car. So we had to get that car ready first and also get it ready to dispatch that vehicle also. And the failure were immense because we had to get our knuckle manufactured, get material procured, and a lot of stuff which took us months. We had to be done in 5 days now. And also it should be ready for the
and we had to request people who are doing it for free. So we have to also convince them that between their paid work, you do this for students for a second time in a short amount of time, very short amount of time.
So firstly, at that point of time, everyone is clueless what are we even able to do it? But nobody questioned that, just taking up their responsibility on their own, splitting up work according to their departments and starting working on it. Within 3 days, we were ready. The car was on wheels. There were a few things that had to be manufactured. We got it done. Car was on site. And again, there were some instances on site also where just before the event, we had a failure in the gearbox and the car is at that point, maybe we'll again get a 0 points and get done with the competition. So again, there is a testing point. As a team, everyone is tested, but still eventually like a fairy tale ending, we got ourselves on the podium, which was like, still we are in shock. How did that happen?
Yeah, it was unexpected.
These little things are something that matters most than any other experience. So you are able to test yourself. At the same time, you get a confidence that you are much more confident about taking any situations, dealing with those situations ahead in your life. So
even during the first incident, what a lot of things had to be changed. The entire chassis front box, the left side of the front box needed to be cut out from the car and rewelded, and the whole wheel assembly had to be remanufactured, that too out of aluminium. So you guys know how hard procuring that material is, and then getting a manufacturer to actually work on it, how tough that is.
And still we managed to get it done in 5 days span, and that was the
I think we did it in 3 days. The knuckle was ready within 2 or 3 days.
procuring it, manufacturing it, and checking it for the assembly too. Everything done in 3 days. Like we surprised with our capabilities there.
Yeah. These incidents actually, gave us the confidence, gave each and every one of us the confidence to, whatever comes to our way, just look at it in the eye and say, हाँ चलो कुछ तो कर ही लेंगे.
So you didn't give up on the car, and definitely the car didn't give up on you. What was it like to win the first trophy for DJS Kronos?
The award itself was very unexpected. So as a matter of fact, the entire season was very unexpected. So we started with, we were trying to, keep the team together, and everyone was just very motivated at the start. I think at the start of the year, the dates of the competitions were such that there was only a month's gap between Baha Student India and Baha SAE India, and we were trying to weigh in our options and deciding whether to go for both the events, participate in both the events. And BSI at that time had a quiz which we needed to take in real time and pass it to qualify into the event. So we were just thinking about it, should we go or should we really put the car through that kind of a circuit twice. So that's when we thought, let's just try and attempt the quiz and let's see whatever the result is, because we were really not hoping to make it uh, into the top half of the list, because we had a kind of self doubt right from the start, that are we really up for the task, or can we really do this. So we just said that let's just try and attempt the quiz and see how we fare in it. And we just enrolled for the quiz, and I think we were sitting in one place. The whole team was sitting in one place. No, we were really not hoping that we will be among the best in the country, or chalo de hi dete quiz, and we will see if we get through the quiz, we will decide if we really want to go to the competition. Because virtuals also had that kind of uncertainty and that element of uncertainty, that we might not get through the virtuals and we might not get to go to the main Baha event. And that is when we decided, "Hey, let's just attempt a quiz and we will see if we really want to go to the site." So even with that kind of attitude, when we attempted the quiz, we were not we kind of completed the quiz pretty well. And that's when we realized that we have finished fourth in India. I think ours was ranked number 1 in the Mumbai circuit. So among all the teams participating from Mumbai, we were ranked first, and we used that to advertise the hell out of the entire season.
And like while testing, we didn't have any numbers regarding the car, so we didn't really know what to expect out of it during the event. So maneuverability came as a surprise to all of us. Like none of us expected even to be at any podium position, let alone first. So that's why like we were overjoyed when the results were announced.
Maneuverability, I think, was a lot about Shanbag's skills, I think.
Yeah, earlier, as we said, like that instance which happened in the site where gearbox broke, and we were at one point we were about to get not eliminated, but get 0 points from the dynamic events, and then we got it repaired, went for acceleration, which was not that great, but somehow we at least finished it, which was itself a big deal for us. So we were already in a good mood that okay, our car is at least running now. Then wait pull happened, which was another surprise for us, that at one point, I guess we were second or third. Then finally got fourth position, just missing out on getting that trophy. So that was another boost
Very
before
close.
we went to maneuverability. So even getting that weight pull, pulling that car off, where there were teams which were struggling even to get it half through the track. So again, that was a boost to us. So at that point of time, we felt like, okay, we have done enough, I guess. So So then we went to maneuverability track. That whole atmosphere there was a bit tense. We remember that when we got our car on the track, which was a bit far from BS Abud International Circuit, we saw a car coming out of from track being pulled from crane, which was just broken in that one ditch. The ditch is the one which is there in the picture too. So I remember we were discussing it with Shanbag that should we take this track or should we even attempt? Maybe we can try better. If we get a car damaged in the circuit, we might end up getting 0 point for endurance. So we were discussing that fact, and we remember like how Shanbag was very confident to pull it off. He knew he had that guts. He trusted the vehicle too. So we, without any doubt, we gave it up on him, and rest all was surprised to us, like the fact that there were no cones down and there were teams which were not even finishing the track, and Shanbag managed it to pull that track off without getting any cones down, which was a big achievement. There were drivers come, there were judges, volunteers coming to us, talking to us like who was a driver and stuff, and he had managed to get that attention to the car and also to himself as a driver in that event itself. So
And this was the
even
first attempt.
yeah, this
Yeah,
was
this
just
was
the
the
first
first
attempt, and we still have one more attempt to better ourselves. Even the second attempt was much better than this. The first attempt, it was quicker than this, but just that since our manual transmission just gave up on first, I guess it was rare incident where our engine got stalled because of manual transmission, but otherwise it could have been a much more better attempt, and we still managed to win that event, but we could have won that event marginally.
Time could have been even better.
Results were not known to us till then that we have won the event. It was only the next day after the endurance race where we were sitting. I guess Manthan remembers it well. We were sitting on the audience side, and we were cheering for other teams out, and we were surprised like why are this team is having so much energy, because we didn't bother about anything. We were just having fun. We had no hopes.
Anyone who won, we were shouting for them.
Yeah.
So
Because we really did not feel that we are going to win anything. So we were just finding our happiness in others' happiness.
Yeah, and those teams which were winning trophies were also like hardly few people were turning up for that event, and our team was still packed.
They went to the stage in an ordered manner, but when we heard our name, all of us just ran. We didn't know who was coming, who wasn't coming, and there could have been a stampede.
People were pushed. I think 2-3 must have fallen down. Everything must have happened.
In fact, it took us a minute or two. We were celebrating on stage. We were dancing. There was no music also. I don't know why.
We were just cheering. We were just cheering, jumping.
And this host,
and the convener, the convener was just handing out the trophy. Even announced, I don't think they really want this trophy.
And added cherry to the cake was we ended up getting top 10 position. We were 8th rank overall. Like all surprises adding on to that list. Like starting from weight pull, we got 4th, then maneuverability award. Then we realized, okay, we are top 10 also. We were beating teams like Helios Racing, which we admire at that one point. We felt like, okay, even looking at these cars will be a big achievement, and we had overtaken them. And realizing the fact that next year we'll be we'll have a pit between these two top 10 teams itself was a big deal for us. So these surprises that happened to us was something that we never expected to.
And we didn't talk to them.
But it was truly a year of the underdogs.
So guys, I think your journey until now, it has been great, and it's been very insightful hearing you all recap your journey. So before we end this podcast, guys, we have a small rapid fire round for all of you. So we'll be asking questions and you need to give us the most appropriate answer, which is of course the most appropriate team member who matches that question. And we do not want any diplomatic answers. So please take names if you think that this is the right person. So guys, let's start with the rapid fire.
Okay. So among your teammates, who was the laziest?
Manthan.
Manthan, slowest.
Okay, who slept the most during manufacturing?
Manthan.
Slept the most during manufacturing, Manthan. Slept at the
Anish.
wrong time, me.
Anish.
Anish, oh,
Anish
Power
power
nap.
Slept at the wrong
Legend
time.
power
My
nap.
power nap. One night before cost event, I said I'm taking a power nap, and I woke up directly next morning when I was supposed to present.
So, who was the biggest schemer?
Arey, Sunit.
Sunit.
No
Sunit.
doubt about it.
100% Sunit.
I'm an expert.
Who was the best at machine work during manufacturing?
I think everyone was pretty good. So
Yeah.
you can
like,
just have a list of names.
so Prem was there.
Yeah, Prem, Ankit.
Sunit was a welding master, and Shanbag himself was doing multitasking. But yeah, Prem, Ankit, Rao, Ashit, these guys from our batch, Sanjay, Salil, yeah,
Anish.
that list is endless again.
So, who was the pampered child out of your teammates?
None of them.
Pampered.
Like Rohan was considered to be cute, but he was pampered.
Still
I
is.
can give one name. Ninad can be one of them.
Nina had huge dreams and huge solutions.
of buying the workshop.
Who do you think got injured the most?
Injured.
Rao.
Hands down.
Rao injured many people.
Siddhant Rao. Anytime.
Who was the worst driver among y'all?
Subin.
Ninad.
Subin. Ninad did not drive the car, but Subin drove the car into a tree in the workshop.
Who cracked the worst joke?
Sunit.
Acha.
Who was the best at Jugaad?
Jugad.
God,
of
pura
us.
team.
Yeah, everybody.
We also thought of naming our
The
team
team.
as
Jugaad.
Car as Puda.
Team.
So who was the most studious among y'all?
Sanjay Kumar.
Jay Kumar, Salil Gavankar. These were guys, like, they were not.
Above 8.5
Wow.
pointers.
Sanjay
We
was
also had
9,
Yash
10.
Rana who scored a 10 when he was working on the
Yeah.
car.
So
He's there
a
in-
couple of them.
Among your teammates, who was the worst with tools?
Rao.
Rao. He ended up cutting up himself, hitting himself.
Injuries, he was the maximum guy who was prone to injuries.
Who was the biggest conjuice in your team?
All of us or none of us. Like it,
Yeah.
No, I think to a certain extent, Ashish. He always took, never gave, I think.
Which Baha team were you jealous of?
DJ's
Hey.
Chronos.
Damn.
What a team, man. Great team. And their maneuverability event. Wow.
My God, man. No one expected it from them.
So which Baha team helped you the most?
No, but I think Jatayu helped us the most.
Yeah.
Team Jatayu from MAIT.
We used to have that vibe with them.
Yes, actually, we were sharing the pit side by side in Jamshedpur event.
Blue
And
yellow
like
That's
card.
where, yeah.
We
So
weren't
that's,
jealous of
when-
COEP, but we looked up to COEP. Like COEP had a great car.
So before we end the podcast, would you like to give a shout out to your teammates?
We took a lot of help from Sujit, from Gaurav. Yeah, there was one from their batch who was the unsung hero all throughout, Rishikesh Kulkarni. So he had been working on that car. He was the driver on the Fat Lady, and
Bucky.
also he helped. Yeah, Bucky. So he also helped us a lot with the our year ka car, where he helped us figure out the entire transmission system, like
And
what
he
can be
was
done.
a great driver. Like besides Vishal, even Rishikesh was a great driver. So all of them,
he
like
could
right
get
from
he could get the best out of the car. And also also from Vishal's batch, Vishal had our backs throughout the year, and we had a lot of help from Subin. We had a lot of help from
Rana.
a lot. Rana was there
Yeah, Rana.
throughout.
Rushabh Sadiwala.
Prem was the discipline head of the team.
Yeah, the most disciplined guy who was in charge
Yeah.
of maintaining discipline in the team. Yeah, Ninad was the World Bank of the team.
Siddhant was the indisciplined head of the team.
So these guys were from our batch. Siddhant Rao, Ninad, then Ankit, he was in brakes department. Hanish, he was in chassis. So Hanish, Ashit were from
He wa-
third year.
Hanish was in the harassment department of the team.
Yeah, so फिर बाद में second years में it was Jinit, he was in
नहीं
marketing.
और भी था ना अपना ये था
Siddesh
सिद्धेश था सिद्धेश
था.
actually handled all the submissions very well जितना भी competition का submissions था
Documentation.
documentation right from the design report, cost report, ये सब का he had a track of all the deadlines and he made sure that he got behind everyone to have it completed well within time and he just made sure that he sits down while it is being submitted and make sure that everything goes in on time.
Also, he was our
Siddesh, then
purchase head
Suraj.
from Kearney Road.
Yeah,
Purchase.
even Suraj.
Suraj, Sanjay, Salil.
Suraj, Sanjay were CAD guys of our team. Lotus, Ansys. Ansys killers, it was Prem Rao who also used to contribute.
Yeah,
But
Prem
mainly-
Rao, Ninad, Hanish,
Anish,
Manthan.
Ankit.
We also had Dhruv, Rishi working in marketing with Anish.
They were
Actually,
kind
the juniors helped a lot, and this was the time when we wanted to break down the barrier of years. Like second
Hierarchy.
years cannot do this, third years so will only do this. We also had the first year team members, like their first year in the team. We had them present in Baha SA India and BSI cost events and design event. So they have equally worked like the seniors. So there was nothing like we worked more than them or they worked less than us.
Yeah, second
Varun
year.
Tolia was our private DJ during the trip.
We didn't like his voice, so we didn't want him to speak.
Yeah, so we let him play the songs.
Yeah, but the good thing about second years was most of them continued in the team, so that was good to see. Like they stayed in the team and they enjoyed the process, so that was good validation for our team too. That okay, the working culture is
And-
going well.
And in our year, at least they also had a good team spirit amongst each other in their batch. Basically, we don't know what they are going to say in their podcast, but at least in our year, they also gelled well internally with everyone, and we never had complaints of them creating any disputes or hassles also for us.
And even
Yeah.
if they did, we just ignored them. I think we
Even-
also need to mention how Rajnarayan sir and HOD sir has helped us throughout
sir.
because
all of
Yes.
them.
because like Sunit said, he stayed back, especially after us many a times to help us draft letters, get permission from SPKM. It was our year that I think this was obviously after we won that the funding from the college was substantially increased. So Swaraj played a very important role in that also. So I think overall we had a lot of support from the faculty in every aspect. I think these three so we named definitely because they were very actively involved. But there were sirs who were, I mean, on our BSI trip, Saurabh sir had accompanied us. Even he played quite an important role during the time when
Event.
we were spending, we event and when we were at the workshop, both. Hey, Maditya sir, all of them, I think. So we were very fortunate with the support we got from the entire department.
Especially
And
from
obviously the
Rajnaran.
principal.
Rajnaran sir has been constant throughout the journey of Kronos, right from the inception.
he's- And he has stood up for us against people who, critique the team, critique the effort, or did not give us, did not actually understand what the team was doing. So Rajnaran sir has, stood up for us in front of those people also.
And he made sure that we don't face any difficulties from the college side, like regarding attendance or assignments or anything of that sort.
That matters a lot. That gives you freedom to work and
yeah,
resolve.
he is very flexible with the team's working and the team's decisions. And he used to always give us a reminder like what had happened the previous year or the year before that, what had gone wrong. So by that time we did not have a data bank or any kind of compiled data to, tell us like
Refer
what,
to.
what had gone wrong or what had gone right. So Rajnaran sir was the data bank who always helped us out.
So thank you all for giving us your precious time for this podcast, and we hope we wish you all the best for your future endeavors also.
We
Thank
wish you
you.
guys the same.
Thank
It was
you.
fun.
Thank you, guys.